hopefully we're on. What a difference, isn't it? What an absolute difference. Space of 15 minutes in car can make. Apparently, I will be corrected maybe in the comments, they say Tenerife has 23 different microclimates. That means at certain points on the island you've got 23 different weather conditions. So when someone's telling you rain's coming in, don't panic. Generally don't panic. There seems to be a spot between Los Cristianos and Adeje that's a pocket of protection from the weather. The weather's going to be really, really bad for it to come and hit down here.
Yes! ¡Hostia! ¿De quién es el coche ese? ¿Quién está ahí? ¡Joana!
I'm currently, that's the Magma Centre that, I'm currently in Las Americas. I've dropped the car in Adeje and I'm going all the way over to Los Cristianos to pick my bike up. And then people say you've got to do something more than 6 times to get it into a habit. I've done this more than 6 times, by the way, and it's swimming. And I'm off for my swim. I've managed to build up 30 lengths of a 50-metre pool, which is 1.5 kilometres. I've done it 3 times a week for the last few weeks now, and I'm going to go for 40. So wish me luck on that one. But it's a Monday. It's just a typical Monday for us over here. I'm trying to work out the quickest way to get across to Las Americas, and I don't really know which way it is to go. I'm just looking at these pavements up that way, so it's a possibility. I might have to skirt the motorway, I think, and walk down. I could take the tourist route along the front, but I'm not really for tourism today. It's all about just getting across. I've left my car over in San Eugenio because what I want to do is get the bike back over that way. Been busy with apps over the last couple of weeks. I'm working due to the social media. Ooh. Every man for himself sometimes. When you've got residents on the island who know the roads, and you've got car hire companies who are giving cars out to people who don't know the roads, it becomes a bit fun. It can be fun, let's put it that way. Anyway, we're talking about apps. The reason being is because there's something might be happening in the next couple of months that I'm getting involved in. At the moment it's just going to be a hobby, but it might be something that could actually turn into I tend to call them financial hobbies regarding an app, and the difference between an app and a website. And one person's talking about a website, I'm going, no, you need it to be an app. Apps are the future. I'm talking about apps on your phone, by the way. Apps are the future. Websites tend to be dying. I know you need a website to feed an app, but in my eyes, I generally think that the apps are the way to go forward. If you look on my phone, I've got 4 pages of apps, and in those pages, I've also got subsections of them where, like, I've got one app, click on it, and there's like 6 apps inside of it. All my social media, all my banking, all my news, etc. And this is going to be just another app, really, to look at. But what I mean is, this has got me now thinking about apps, is in these subsections, what I've actually got, I've got 3 AI apps. And AI, I've been listening all about AI over the last couple of weeks as well. Clearly it's the future. Just get past these people. You get a lot of people walking down from the holiday areas, and I'm walking up to it. It's a bit weird, like. I've got no idea where I'm going here. We'll walk and find out and see you. So anyway, let's go back to apps. AI. The first experience I and most of you guys ever had with AI was with a website or an app called ChatGPT. Have you seen it? Have you tried it? What do you think of it? I believe that AI is 100% the future, but When I got ChatGPT in front of me or shown to me, and it's by my son-in-law who's a computer whiz. It was a couple of years ago, or a year and a half ago. And in the own private time, I sat there in front of it. So basically, you sat in front of a artificial intelligence. Didn't know what to ask it. I had no idea. What do you ask? What do you ask artificial intelligence that's got the answer to everything? You have no idea, absolutely no idea. So I've dabbled with it, in and out, walked away, heard more about it, gone back into it. But just like everything, AI has also evolved. So ChatGPT isn't the only player in the game at the moment. I think Google released one called Gemini. And I think it could be Googled. Yeah, Gemini, I think it is. Also AI, artificial intelligence, also the future. Nice friendly female voice on there. Going, hi, what can I do? How can I help you? Trouble is, it's been programmed wrong, as we found out when somebody asked Gemini, I think it was, to show a picture of the founding forefathers of America, because built into the program of the AI was the necessity for diversity. And then somebody also said, can you show me a Nazi soldier? And in the picture, some of them were black. Once again, because the program necessitates diversity, which is just rubbish. So then I've been listening to the podcast, like I do, you know I do. And the Joe Rogan Elon Musk podcast is the one that's just gone out. It's fascinating, really is. He's quite a childish bloke, Elon Musk, but he's a bleeding genius, man. He actually bought into and named a different artificial intelligence app called OpenAI, because he wanted it to be open. He didn't want it to be closed like you would see on the Gemini, etc. He wanted it to be open source, which is then open for everybody. Of course, that didn't materialise. He got pushed out, became closed source. It became all about money and maximising your profits rather than actually giving the general information. So it became closed source. So what he's now done, he's obviously, because he's bought X, he's now on X created an AI called Grok, Grok, which is open source AI. And it's on its third generation now, because obviously with the first generation is never the greatest, but now it's on its third generation. And I've also downloaded that. I downloaded that last week. A few people sat here. I don't know where I am. I think I'm at the golf course from Las Americas. Las Americas Golf Club. I'm hoping this brings me out near Los Chris. I need to get over there somewhere. So I'm hoping it's going to bring me out there. It's a nice walk anyway. So anyway, I like finding new paths every time I go out. So I've now got Grok as well. So I've got ChatGPT, I've got Gemini, and I've got Grok. Three artificial intelligence apps that are sat on my phone doing absolutely bugger all, because I don't know what to ask it. I don't know what to say. I don't know how it'll improve my life. But me being the geek, I feel the need that I must have it. When you think about, for instance, when it comes down to electronic products, and like Apple, for instance, I genuinely believe I paid for Steve Jobs' funeral. I've got that much Apple products. I've got 2 iPhones. One I'm filming on now, the other's in my bag. I started off 13 years ago. I bought an Apple Mac, which is the desktop one, for about 1,800 quid. Still use it. When you think about it, it's now about £120 a year it's cost me. It's been a right bargain. I've now got a MacBook Air. Basically, I think I've paid for the funeral. Bit of a techno geek. I love it. And I think it's a must-have thing for me. However, artificial intelligence apps, I've just listened to a 3-hour podcast on it, and I still don't know what would I use it for. I don't know what it's there for. Now, there's a couple of things which are quite interesting that I want to take from this, which are quite interesting. Just make sure I'm not getting mugged. That are quite interesting. The first one was, the question got put to Elon of saying, do you think, his answer was, I think 80% there's an 80% chance that artificial intelligence will be catastrophically good for the world. I think 80% chance, catastrophically good. I do believe, however, that there is a 20% chance it could be catastrophically bad. And what they're saying is, it's only in 2029, the film Terminator 2 was based in 2029, which is 4 years from now. And he says, if you have a symbiont machine that you try to shut down, that symbiont will recreate itself into a different software, into a different computer, and therefore survival. And that's basically the story of Terminator, which I want to come on to in a second. If you've not seen it, spoiler alert, it's really good. So that's what he reckons could happen. There's a 20% chance that that could happen. But also he said there's an 8% chance that it could be catastrophically great for mankind. So they were talking about what it is you use your AI for. And he says it's phenomenally, really. Some of the stuff is like medical. He says there's now with Grok, which is the X's version, if you put your blood samples and you put them into the system, that system would actually give you a better diagnosis than your doctor would. Now, I've actually seen this in action about a year and a half ago. We did this a year and a half ago, just an experiment. It was actually really quite interesting. So it does work. So if you've got, like, on a medical issue and you've got medical test results and you feed them into an artificial intelligence, in most instances, he guarantees they're actually better than a doctor's diagnosis. Because after all, a doctor is only human with a partial state of making a mistake, which I find quite interesting, fascinating. However, I don't go to the doctor, so therefore I don't need it for that. But I understand now, or in some instances, I can clearly see its benefit, but just not in my world. You know, in somebody else's world, I can see that. But it's, have you guys used it? Have you tried it? Do you see a benefit of it? He's talking now, Elon, about multi-planetary civilization, trying to get his aim with SpaceX, trying to get people on Mars. And he says because of a catastrophic event that might happen, meteor, impact, nuclear war, or even rise of AI, which means therefore, the moment you get to a multi-planetary civilization, the human race has got a chance to survive. And it is literally listening to an episode of Star Wars. It's like, what is going on? However, he was then talking in depth about his SpaceX rockets, and the guy definitely knows what he's talking about. It is quite fascinating for sure. He thinks with the help of AI, he said solutions, there is a path to all solutions, and we are on that path. We are on the right path to getting the solution. What he's actually trying to do, he's trying to actually get a reusable rocket. So the rocket goes up, comes back down, gets caught, gets refueled and goes straight back up. But at the moment they don't have that because of issues with the heat shield. But what he did say was that he believes artificial intelligence in the future will help that and solve that issue. It's a big hill. I've played this golf course, by the way, Play Las Americas. It's beautiful. It's a really nice course. It was a long time ago. Once again, I'm walking alongside of a motorway. I don't get it. Got some beautiful places in Tenerife. You find me walking alongside of a motorway. It's incredible. So then that's got me thinking about all the other apps that I've got on my phone. Which ones do I actually use? Which ones do I not use? My dad still has one of these flip phones because he's never used it. Never used a mobile phone. He's got one, never used it. Doesn't see the benefit in it. Whereas I've got all the latest fangled stuff and I feel I couldn't live without it. It's weird. So I think I might have to have a purge on the apps that I've got on my phone. Just like Shelley needs a purge on the clothes that she's got in her bedroom. Somebody came up with an idea once. He said, turn all the hangers the wrong way round on all your clothes and just carry on life as normal. And then in 6 months' time, go to that wardrobe and have a look and see which ones haven't been turned back the right way, because they're the clothes that you need to get rid of. I think I might need to do that with the apps. Go and have a look and see which apps have last been opened or when they were last opened and work it from there. I think that might be a solution for me, I don't know. Right, I am now at the top of Los Chris and I need to find a way to get back down because my bike is over there somewhere. I need to go and find it. Wish me luck. It used to be a thing I loved to do when I was on holiday, and that basically was go away and get lost, because when I go and get lost you get to see different places. Yet now sometimes I find familiarity for me works better for me. It's like when I go elsewhere on holiday and I look around, I don't know it anywhere, I'm constantly comparing to Tenerife or to here or to places around here, and they never tend to be as good for me as here. So that's why it's always difficult to get the holiday planned or where we're going to go, and then to get the full enjoyment out of it. Hence the reason we only lasted a day in Gran Canaria, because it was nowhere near as good as Tenerife in our eyes. We're trying to do something different this time. We're trying to get to Holland. Well, we're going to go to Holland, not trying to. We're definitely going to go to Holland. We're going to spend a few days in Amsterdam. We took a concert in over there as well, which is a famous Dutch people called the Toppers, and I'm really looking forward to that. That's a massive party, that is. That is literally, everyone gets together and smiles, and that's, you can't get anything better than that, I don't think. I really can't. And then I'm going to take Shelley into the east and show her where I worked, so I'm looking forward to that. But familiarity for me now tends to be the key. At least I don't know where I am, but I know where I am, if that makes sense, you know what I mean? And I'm just hoping as a pedestrian I can get out here. I can definitely get out on the scooter or on the bike, because there's the motorway coming off the motorway. Well, this is, I've never seen this area before. So, the AI story, artificial intelligence, what he said was, I'm going to finish with this one because it's really quite interesting. He believes that within 2 years, there will be an artificial intelligence that will be cleverer than any human on this planet. And he believes in 4 or 5 years, the artificial intelligence will be cleverer than every single human on this planet. One AI will be cleverer than any human on this planet. Hold that thought. Because when you think about it, that's pretty scary, isn't it? And that was 2029. Trying to find my way out. That was 2029, that means. And that was also the year that Terminator 2 got released. And can we just talk about those films? The thought process that goes behind the Terminator films franchise and also the Matrix franchise is the imagination from those people taking it to a different level is just phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. From thinking about it was written so many years ago, because it was years and years and years ago, to actually now become part of our reality of conversation. It falls into our everyday conversation dialogue. It stands the test of time, doesn't it? It really does. Right, thank you so much for keeping me company on this walk through Los Cris, or through the back end of Los Cris, from Fanya Bay to Los Cris. The traffic's getting busier, so I need to go and work out now that I don't die. And as always, it's a bit busy around, isn't it? As always, I'll see you guys on the next one, alright? Cheers guys, see you soon. Oh, don't forget to subscribe, by the way. You'd really be doing me a favour if you subscribed. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much. See you on the next one.